Hello, dear reader. Aging is a time when the body becomes more sensitive to every meal and even every sip of water. Foods once considered healthy in our younger years may now silently bring discomfort in ways we never expected. Perhaps you're still cooking that comforting tomato soup, a plate of boiled greens, or a warm eggplant stew like you've always done, but now your body is speaking up. It's time we take a closer look at 5 familiar vegetables that seniors should approach with care, so that every meal becomes not just a source of sustenance, but a gentle remedy that nurtures a healthier, more peaceful old age. Cruciferous vegetables, a friend or foe for seniors. Cruciferous vegetables have long been seen as the symbol of a healthy lifestyle. Varieties like broccoli, cabbage, kale, and Brussels sprouts often make their way into the diets of vegetarians, Weight Watchers, and health-conscious individuals. Packed with antioxidants, fiber, and essential vitamins, there's no denying their nutritional value. However, for seniors, whose digestive systems and endocrine functions have naturally declined over time, these same vegetables can present certain hidden health risks if not consumed wisely. One of the key reasons cruciferous vegetables can be troublesome for older adults is due to their content of a complex sugar known as raffinose. This sugar is difficult for the body, especially aging bodies, to break down completely. When it passes undigested into the large intestine, gut bacteria ferment it, producing gas as a byproduct. This often results in bloating, abdominal discomfort, and a sense of heaviness in the lower belly, especially after meals containing boiled broccoli or stir-fried cabbage. These symptoms are more pronounced in individuals with weak digestion, slow gastric movement, or conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, all of which are common in middle-aged and elderly people. Beyond digestive concerns, cruciferous vegetables can also affect the thyroid gland, which plays a crucial role in regulating the body's metabolism. These vegetables contain compounds called goitrogens, which can interfere with the body's ability to absorb iodine, a mineral essential for thyroid hormone production. Without enough iodine, thyroid function may decline, leading to symptoms like persistent fatigue, unexplained weight gain, dry skin, and low mood or lethargy. For those already managing hypothyroidism or undergoing thyroid treatment, overconsumption of cruciferous vegetables can unknowingly worsen their condition. But this doesn't mean seniors must eliminate cruciferous vegetables entirely from their diet. The key lies in preparation and portion control. When these vegetables are steamed or thoroughly cooked, a significant portion of the raffinose and goitrogens break down, making them easier to digest and less likely to interfere with thyroid function. Instead of eating them raw or barely sautéed, seniors should opt for soft steamed, well-cooked, or gently simmered cruciferous vegetables, which are more compatible with an aging digestive system. Moreover, if the body still doesn't respond well even after adjusting the preparation method, older adults can explore gentler vegetable alternatives such as spinach, zucchini, or cooked carrots. These options are not only easier to digest but also rich in vitamins and minerals, making them ideal for individuals dealing with digestive or thyroid issues. In conclusion, cruciferous vegetables can be both beneficial and problematic depending on how they're used. For seniors, the goal isn't just to eat more vegetables, but to eat the right kind, prepared in the right way, and suited to their individual health conditions. With just a little awareness and adjustment, daily meals can become more comfortable, more nourishing, and truly supportive of long-lasting health and well-being. Canned tomatoes, a blessing or a risk for seniors? Tomatoes have long been a familiar ingredient in every household kitchen. With their pleasantly tangy flavor, vibrant red hue, and rich content of lycopene, a powerful antioxidant, tomatoes are often seen as a loyal friend to heart health and anti-aging efforts. However, as we grow older, the way we choose to prepare and store our food becomes more than just a matter of taste, it becomes a matter of health. One increasingly popular option is canned tomatoes, convenient, quick, and shelf-stable. But behind that convenience lie hidden health risks, especially for seniors. The first thing to be mindful of is the high sodium content often found in canned tomatoes. During processing, manufacturers typically add significant amounts of salt to enhance flavor, preserve freshness, and stabilize the texture of the product. For older adults, many of whom struggle with unsteady blood pressure, weakened heart function, or compromised kidney health, consuming high-sodium foods can lead to a cascade of health issues. The body retains more water, increasing blood volume and forcing the heart to work harder. This can result in elevated blood pressure, fatigue, dizziness, swelling in the legs, and in more severe cases, a heightened risk of stroke. These symptoms may creep in silently, but over time, they significantly reduce quality of life. In addition to sodium, there's a more subtle but equally concerning issue. BPA, bisphenol A, a chemical commonly found in the lining of tin cans. BPA can leach into the food, especially acidic foods like tomatoes, and disrupt the body's hormonal balance. For seniors, whose natural hormone levels are already declining with age, exposure to endocrine-disrupting chemicals like BPA can worsen insomnia, mood changes, chronic inflammation, and has even been linked in studies to an increased risk of certain cancers, such as breast and prostate cancer. That said, seniors don't have to give up their favorite tomato dishes entirely. The key lies in choosing safer alternatives. Fresh tomatoes should always be the first choice. They retain their natural flavor, are free from added sodium, and aren't exposed to packaging chemicals. If convenience is necessary, opt for canned tomato products packaged in glass jars or clearly labeled BPA-free, and choose no salt added or low sodium options to reduce strain on the cardiovascular system. With a little creativity in the kitchen, you can even make your own tomato sauce at home using fresh ingredients. It's not only safer but also delicious and packed with nutrients. In conclusion, tomatoes remain a valuable part of a healthy senior diet, if selected and prepared wisely. While canned tomatoes may offer convenience, they can also bring unexpected risks, especially to heart, kidney, and hormonal health. Rather than sacrificing long-term well-being for short-term ease, let's make smarter, more mindful choices. These small shifts can help older adults fully enjoy the flavors of life while safeguarding their health. In the quiet, simple act of preparing a meal, the real medicine lies in awareness, care, and the daily commitment to living well, living long, and living fully. Commercially pickled vegetables, the silent threat to senior health. Pickled or fermented vegetables have long been a staple in Vietnamese meals. From a bowl of tangy pickled mustard greens served with braised pork to a flavorful side of kimchi. These dishes offer a satisfying crunch and a burst of sourness that awakens the appetite, especially valuable for seniors who may struggle with decreased taste or appetite. However, behind this familiar, comforting flavor lies a hidden danger when these pickled vegetables are produced industrially. These seemingly harmless condiments can pose silent yet serious risks to the health of older adults, often going unnoticed until the damage is done. The biggest concern with commercially pickled vegetables lies in their extremely high salt and vinegar content. To speed up the pickling process and prolong shelf life, factories often rely on strong synthetic vinegar and large quantities of salt. While effective for production, this formula spells trouble for elderly individuals with sensitive cardiovascular systems. The excess sodium causes the body to retain water, leading to increased blood volume and elevated blood pressure. Prolonged hypertension puts significant strain on the heart, causes swelling in the limbs, fatigue, and greatly increases the risk of stroke, one of the leading causes of death in the elderly. Adding to the issue, industrial vinegar, often used as a cheaper alternative to naturally fermented rice vinegar, can irritate the stomach lining. Older adults often have more delicate digestive systems, with thinner, more vulnerable mucous membranes. Consuming pickled vegetables made with harsh vinegar regularly may lead to gastric discomfort, heartburn, indigestion, and in some cases, may exacerbate pre-existing digestive disorders. It's important to understand that not all pickled vegetables are harmful. There's a significant difference between traditionally fermented vegetables and mass-produced commercial pickles. In traditional methods, like the pickled mustard greens our grandparents used to make, vegetables are allowed to ferment slowly through the action of beneficial bacteria in a natural environment. This process generates probiotics that support gut health, aid digestion, and strengthen the immune system. In contrast, Commercial pickles often skip natural fermentation entirely, opting instead for chemical preservatives and shortcuts that strip the product of nutritional value and introduce potential health hazards. So what's the solution for seniors who still enjoy the distinct flavor of pickled vegetables? The answer lies in home fermentation. Using simple and healthier methods, you can make low-sodium kimchi, traditional Vietnamese pickled mustard greens, or lightly fermented vegetables using natural sea salt in moderation, and allow them to ferment slowly at room temperature in a clean setting. This preserves the good bacteria without the need for chemicals. If purchasing from a store is unavoidable, choose products clearly labeled naturally fermented, preservative-free, and low sodium to reduce health risks. In summary, pickled vegetables are not inherently bad. The problem lies in how they are made and what ingredients are used. For seniors, it's wise to avoid mindlessly consuming pre-packaged pickles of unclear origin. Instead, take a moment to prepare them at home or choose trustworthy brands with clean labels. Doing so not only protects your digestive and heart health, but also reflects a deeper act of self-care and self-love. After all, at this stage in life, good health doesn't come from the most flavorful dish, it comes from the one that truly suits your body's needs. White potatoes, a familiar favorite that seniors should approach with caution. White potatoes have long been a beloved staple in many households. From crispy fries to creamy mashed potatoes, hearty soups, and stews, their soft texture and mild flavor make them a natural match with various meats and vegetables. Once considered a wholesome, natural source of carbohydrates, white potatoes have earned a place on many dinner tables. However, when it comes to the nutritional needs and metabolic changes in older adults, this seemingly simple root vegetable can pose hidden health risks, especially for those dealing with blood sugar issues, chronic fatigue, or cognitive decline. One of the most overlooked concerns with white potatoes is their high content of simple starches. Even though they don't contain added sugar, the starch in white potatoes is quickly broken down into glucose in the body, leading to a rapid spike in blood sugar levels shortly after a meal. This is particularly risky for those with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance, all of which are increasingly common in middle-aged and elderly populations. Maintaining stable blood sugar is crucial for preventing complications like cardiovascular disease, kidney issues, and neurodegeneration. Yet, something as commonplace as a serving of mashed potatoes could unknowingly disrupt that delicate balance. But it doesn't stop there. White potatoes can also trigger a sudden energy crash not long after eating. When blood sugar levels rise sharply, the body releases insulin to manage the excess glucose. In older adults, however, pancreatic function may be diminished, resulting in a mismatch between insulin and glucose. This can cause a post-meal blood sugar drop, leaving the individual feeling tired, drowsy, unfocused, and, over time, even negatively impacting memory, concentration, and emotional stability. It's why many seniors find themselves unusually sluggish or mentally foggy after a potato-heavy lunch. The good news is that seniors don't have to give up potatoes entirely. The solution lies in making smarter substitutions. One of the best alternatives is sweet potatoes. With their naturally pleasant sweetness, higher fiber content, and complex carbohydrates, sweet potatoes digest more slowly, resulting in a gentler, more stable rise in blood sugar. This helps prolong satiety, prevent energy crashes, and support sharper mental clarity after meals. Another creative and health-conscious option is mashed cauliflower. With a soft, creamy consistency similar to mashed potatoes, cauliflower contains far fewer carbs and is rich in antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin K, and dietary fiber. Not only does it help reduce the risk of blood sugar spikes, but it also supports digestive health and heart function. Swapping white potatoes for cauliflower mash can improve mealtime variety while delivering major health benefits, all without sacrificing taste. In short, white potatoes aren't inherently bad, but they may not be the best fit for seniors when consumed too frequently. Older adults require a diet that helps manage blood sugar and sustain energy levels throughout the day. Rather than clinging to long-standing eating habits, it's wise to adjust meal plans mindfully, choosing healthier, slower digesting, and nutrient-rich carbs like sweet potatoes or cauliflower. These small yet powerful dietary shifts can make a big difference in helping seniors not only live longer but also live better, with more energy, vitality, and joy in each day. Eggplant, a humble dish that may harm sensitive seniors. Eggplant is a familiar and popular vegetable in Vietnamese cuisine, found in simple yet flavorful dishes such as grilled eggplant with scallion oil, braised eggplant with pork, or savory stir-fries and stews. Its mild sweetness, tender texture, and ability to soak up seasoning make it a favorite among many, especially seniors who appreciate foods that are easy to chew and digest. However, behind its soft texture and beautiful purple hue lies a natural compound that may negatively impact health, particularly for older adults with arthritis, digestive issues, or sensitivities to certain plant families. Eggplant belongs to the nightshade family, which includes potatoes, peppers, and tomatoes, plants known for containing solanine, a naturally occurring alkaloid that can be mildly toxic if it accumulates in the body. While solanine exists in low levels in ripe eggplant, it can still pose a risk to sensitive individuals, especially elderly people with chronic arthritis or fragile digestive systems. In such cases, solanine may cause joint pain, muscle stiffness, fatigue, bloating, and mild digestive discomfort. These symptoms often don't appear immediately but gradually affect daily life, leading to persistent discomfort that's easy to overlook or misattribute to aging. In addition to physical symptoms, the discomfort after eating eggplant can impact a senior's mental and emotional well-being. Feelings of sluggishness, poor appetite, or unexplained joint soreness can lead to anxious thoughts or low mood, especially when the cause isn't obvious. Many view eggplant as a healthy food, so it's easy to mistake negative reactions as signs of another health condition. Delaying helpful dietary adjustments. Does this mean seniors should completely cut eggplant from their diet? Not necessarily. The key lies in how it's prepared and how much is consumed. For those without sensitivities, eggplant can still be a healthy addition to the diet, offering a good source of fiber, vitamin B1, B6, and antioxidants. However, if you or a loved one has a history of arthritis, chronic pain, or digestive issues, it's wise to consume eggplant in small portions and monitor how the body reacts afterward. A commonly recommended approach is to cook eggplant thoroughly, such as roasting or baking it well, rather than lightly sautéing or undercooking it. Cooking helps reduce solanine levels and makes the vegetable easier to digest. Eating small amounts at first also allows the body to gradually adjust and helps you observe any adverse effects. If you notice signs like fatigue, increased joint pain, or digestive discomfort, it may be time to stop eating eggplant and switch to gentler alternatives such as pumpkin, zucchini, cauliflower, or spinach, all nutrient-dense and stomach-friendly options for seniors. In conclusion, while eggplant is a traditional and much-loved dish, not all healthy foods are universally safe for everyone, especially as we age. Every body is unique, shaped by years of living, eating, and personal health history. Therefore, the goal isn't to eliminate everything, but to listen closely to your body, adapt mindfully, and always prioritize your well-being. When we truly understand our bodies and choose food accordingly, each meal becomes not just nourishment, but a meaningful act of care that supports health, peace, and lasting quality of life in our golden years. Thank you for taking the time to read these heartfelt reflections. Growing older should be a peaceful and gentle chapter in life. Let's not allow seemingly harmless foods to quietly damage our health simply because we don't yet understand what our body needs, or what it no longer tolerates. Change isn't always easy, especially when we're attached to familiar flavors. But even small steps towards self-awareness and self-care can bring big improvements. So listen to your body, choose food wisely, and let each meal be a gentle step toward living healthier, calmer, and more fully every single day.